Every morning, before the city fully wakes up, Daniel sits alone in his small apartment, staring at the sunlight creeping through the window. His life looks ordinary from the outside, but inside, he is fighting a silent war. Years ago, he dreamed of becoming someone great, someone respected. Now, those dreams feel distant, buried under fear, self-doubt, and excuses. Daniel remembers the voice that once inspired him, a powerful reminder that greatness is not given, it is earned. He realizes that his biggest enemy has never been his circumstances, his past, or other people. It has always been himself. The habits he avoids changing, the discipline he keeps postponing, and the fear of failure that convinces him to stay comfortable. One morning, something shifts inside him. He understands that motivation is not about feeling good. It is about doing what must be done even when it hurts. Pain, he learns, is not a punishment, it is a signal of growth. If he wants a different life, he must become a different person. Daniel stands up, breathes deeply, and makes a decision. From this day forward, he will show up every day, even when motivation disappears. He will work when it is hard, push when it is uncomfortable, and refuse to quit when life tests him. This is not the end of his struggle. It is the beginning of his transformation. Days turn into weeks, and Daniel begins to understand a hard truth: real change is lonely. While others sleep, he wakes up early. While others complain, he works in silence. There is no applause, no instant reward, only discipline and repetition. Some mornings, his body feels heavy, and his mind searches for excuses to stop. But he remembers that success is built in moments when no one is watching. He starts facing his fears instead of running from them. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being judged, all of it loses power when he moves forward anyway. Daniel realizes that confidence is not something you wait for, it is something you earn through action. Every small promise he keeps to himself strengthens his character. Life does not suddenly become easy. Problems still exist, pressure still weighs on him, and doubt still whispers in his ear. But now, he understands that struggle is not a sign to quit, it is proof that he is growing. Comfort once kept him trapped. Discomfort now becomes his teacher. One night, exhausted but focused, Daniel looks at himself in the mirror. He no longer sees a man waiting for permission. He sees someone building discipline, step by step. He knows this path is long, but for the first time, he trusts himself enough to walk it without turning back. As time passes, Daniel's mindset begins to change before his circumstances do. He understands that life does not reward intention, it rewards consistency. Every disciplined morning, every focused hour, and every sacrifice slowly reshapes his identity. He stops chasing motivation and starts building habits, knowing that habits decide the future long before success becomes visible. There are moments when loneliness returns, especially when progress feels invisible. Friends move on, people doubt him, and some even mock his dedication. Daniel learns an important lesson: not everyone will understand the path you choose, and that is perfectly fine. Growth often requires separation from old versions of yourself and the people who are comfortable staying there. One difficult day pushes him close to giving up. Failure hits hard, shaking his confidence. But instead of quitting, he sits quietly and reflects. He realizes that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. Every setback teaches him where to improve and how to become stronger. That night, Daniel writes a promise to himself. He promises to stay disciplined even when results are slow, to stay humble when success comes, and to stay focused when distractions appear. He understands now that greatness is built quietly, patiently, and relentlessly. This journey is no longer about proving others wrong. It is about becoming someone he can respect every single day. Momentum begins to build in Daniel's life. not through sudden success, but through undeniable change. His discipline starts to shape his confidence, and his confidence reshapes how the world responds to him. Opportunities appear where excuses once lived. People notice his consistency, his calm under pressure, and his refusal to give up when things become difficult. Still, the pressure intensifies. Responsibility grows heavier, expectations rise, and fear quietly returns in a new form. The fear of losing everything he has worked for. Daniel realizes that growth does not remove fear. It demands that you carry it without letting it control you. He learns to stay focused even when the stakes are high. One evening, after a long and exhausting day, Daniel reflects on his journey. He understands that success is not a destination, but a responsibility. To lead, to inspire, and to stand strong when others depend on you requires inner strength. He accepts that greatness demands sacrifice, patience, and resilience long after motivation fades. When doubt knocks again, Daniel does not panic. He reminds himself that he has faced worse and survived. His mindset is no longer fragile. It is trained. He understands now that life will test him again and again, but quitting is no longer an option. He is no longer chasing change. He has become it. And deep inside, he knows the final test is approaching. The final test arrives quietly, without warning. Daniel stands at a moment where giving up would be easy and familiar. The pressure is intense, the risk is real, and failure feels closer than ever. But this time, something is different. He no longer searches for motivation or approval. He relies on the discipline he has built through countless unseen struggles. He understands that life rewards those who remain consistent when no one is watching. Success, he realizes, is not about luck or talent alone. It is about endurance. The ability to stand firm when circumstances try to break you defines who you become. Daniel chooses courage, not because he is fearless, but because fear no longer controls his actions. As he moves forward, clarity replaces doubt. He accepts that pain, setbacks, and sacrifice are permanent companions on any meaningful journey. Instead of resisting them, he uses them as fuel. Every challenge becomes proof that he is alive, growing, and moving closer to his purpose. In the end, Daniel understands the most powerful truth of all. Change does not happen in one speech, one decision, or one day. It happens when you commit to showing up every single day. He smiles quietly, knowing his life has changed, not because the world became easier, but because he became stronger.